Sure. We're live. We're doing it live. We are on a Thursday. It's the 13th Thursday of the season, Travis, and we're here and we're doing it live.
Yep.
So let's just look. We've got some things to cover this
The
week.
Patriots suck.
Yeah, let's cut the crap. Okay, let's cut the crap.
I understand they played Buffalo, and that's not a fair measuring stick, but they suck. You can tell watching them. They want this season to be over ASAP. And their star wide receiver got knocked the F out. Your boy.
Look, I need some time to process what I watched in this game because
It's so frustrating.
I don't understand, nor do I think the team itself understands what has to happen on the offensive side of the ball. They're like, okay, we have Ramondre on first down. Second down, we'll kind of attempt something else. Also to Ramondre, but something different. And then on third down, might as well punt.
Run for your life, throw it short of the first down, and then punt it back.
Again, I need the drop of Waterboy where Henry Winkler is like he's gonna fake to the left. No, he's not gonna fake. He's gonna think about faking.
It was terrible.
It's awful, and I feel like Matt Patricia's over there like the entire time. He's like, I gotta trim this beard. The wife's been on my butt. You know, I gotta trim this. This is unacceptable over here. And then the call a play.
They should not be on national TV for a while.
I mean, it's fitting for Thursday night football.
I don't even want to see it on Thursday night. If that's the only game you're giving us, give us more.
Just think about the last few Buffalo games we've had. We've had blowout by Buffalo. We've had a game in which the Patriots threw 3 passes. It's just these games are not pretty. They're not. No one has a good time. Anyway, I'm Dustin. That's Travis. This is Losing Sucks. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. And that's the show.
Thanks for coming by.
Right. Thank you for giving us your time. As is Thursday, we have our big picks of the week. Travis, we're going to talk about some defenses, winning you some championships, and we've got some other things to discuss as well. I'm looking forward to it. We've got a fun show as always, but not so much a fun football game that we had to watch.
No, Josh Allen with 12 points in like the first 10 minutes and finishes with like 17 or 18. It felt like the whole second half he was either taking a knee or handing it off. And he got tackled like at the 6-inch line.
It's annoying.
If he reaches it out, he might get in, and then Singletary punches it in. Josh Allen, owner's not happy tonight. Dustin, I'm going to start this show by asking you 7 or 8 questions completely unrelated to fantasy football and unrelated to each other.
I like this. I like a little bit of conversation.
Dustin has no idea what these questions
are. I
really
have no idea. You texted me that you have some questions and they're on a separate show sheet. Now I'm interested, but I'm low-key terrified.
We'll start it off easy. Who's harder to guard? Brady to Gronk, first and goal from the 3-yard line, or Aaron Rodgers to Devontae Adams, first and goal from the 3-yard line? As a defensive coordinator, who would you rather be going against in that situation?
Who would I rather be going? I would probably oh God, that's so tough. Honestly, at the 3. I'm probably okay going Devontae.
Going against
Devontae.
I'd rather go Gronk, I think.
There is so much more you can do with a wide receiver, like against a wide receiver, than there is against a guy who realistically could be blocking.
I think you just swayed me. I think of Kelsey is what Gronk started.
Yeah. Gronk was so good.
As far as goal line, like creativity.
Yeah. Oh God, dude!
That's a great call by you. You think they're blocking and then they're not, or he's throwing people and then gets the touchdown.
Oh yeah, he could fake block. He could run a 3-yard option, which is just absolutely terrifying as a defender. And whereas Devontae, it's either a slant, it's a zig, it's a corner route. Like you can kind of bracket that. You can't at the goal line. You can't give 2 defenders to Gronk. You just can't.
Yeah, I think. Okay, so in summary, Devontae Adams' slant from Rodgers at the goal line is as unguardable of a slant as there is.
That's pretty damn close.
But there is so much more that you have no idea what could happen with Gronk. I agree with the call. I have been swayed. Question number 2. Which quarterback or offense are you picking to go 80 yards and score in overtime of a Super Bowl?
Oh, my.
For example, my pick would be Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne. That group, to me, needing 80 yards in a Super Bowl is going to get it done. Who is your team that you're like, yeah, that team, that specific group of offense is getting it done on that drive?
Oh, goodness. I mean, I'm going with the 2007 Patriots.
Okay.
I mean, you have Randy Moss, you've got Wes Welker, you've got Gronk, you've got, Aaron Hernandez.
You had.
And then you've also got, you've got receiving backs there. So it's like, pick your poison.
I think that Patriots team actually won a lot more head-to-head matchups versus that Colts team.
They did.
I think you're 2-0 here on the initial calls. Well done so far. I think that Patriots team is probably better, probably more unstoppable in a single drive in overtime. And it's Brady in overtime of a Super Bowl.
Sure. I also honestly probably would have gone. My next pick would have been probably a Patrick Mahomes offense.
Oh, really?
The guy just moves the ball. Like he does some magic shit, and it.
Mahomes, Hill, Kelsey.
Yeah, that's really tough.
All right.
The one with Hunt, man. Oof.
Yeah, that was a special one. All right. Which era of team is your favorite group or era? For me, to get the juices flowing in your head, is Aaron Rodgers, Jordy Nelson, Donald Driver, Greg Jennings, Jermichael Finley. That group to me was the group that I fell in love with football watching.
Who
was your group?
Like, what was it like? Just the offense, or was it the whole team? Because they had some pretty good defenses as well there.
It was mainly the offense, and specifically from a fantasy perspective, the Rodgers to Jordy connection. They looked like they had so much fun playing football, and I think he got a lot of that from watching Favre.
Oh, probably.
Like the celebration. It was, like he's watching this like, oh, this is what happens when you connect on a 60, 70-yard crosser to the house to Jordy Nelson. And it's like the amount of weapons that they had and the glue that was that team was so fun for me to fall in love with.
I like that.
Who is that group for you?
For me, I think, man, that's a good question. First question I'm going to have, are you on your big boy microphone right now?
Last I checked, I was.
I don't think you are.
I'm not.
You're depriving the people of your beautiful buttery voice.
Thank you for asking. I don't know why it auto switches back.
But while I think, the era, I grew up on Bears teams, man. So like, this is like not good. Honestly, man, watching the Peyton Manning teams, those are some of my favorite teams. You brought up, the Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, Dallas Clark,
Stokely,
and then you've got guy like end of the run with Edgerrin James. But if I had to pick a team that I had just the most fun watching, and it's gonna feel weird, but it's like Eli Manning and the Giants.
Really?
Yeah, because
that's a dark horse.
Those teams were so just gritty, and you had this, you had a star quote unquote quarterback. But like Eli always just Mr. just enough, Mr. good enough to get it done. And
so list off some guys from that group.
Yeah.
Brandon Jacobs, Ahmad Bradshaw.
Yep. Plaxico
Manningham.
Yep. Shockey.
That was a good team, man.
Yeah. I mean, those were some fun teams.
I see stuff on Twitter that's like, this is the golden age.
And I'm like,
there are some good teams, but our golden age was that time.
That was, I mean, just
like the Matt Forte Bears for me. It's just
Matt
such
Forte
a
Bears.
I loved him.
The younger Pittsburgh Steelers with Big Ben, those were always fun. I mean, guys
the Killer
like when
Bees,
you had,
yeah.
yeah, when you had God, what was his name? Willie. Oh God, what was his name? Willie Parker. They had him. Rashard Mendenhall running the ball for them.
Mendenhall, yeah. Martavis Bryant, Antonio Brown. They Hines Ward. Those
Santonio
teams were
Holmes.
That is the golden age. I'm so nostalgic for them.
I miss those guys. you get these.
If I could watch that era for a season, I don't know how much I would pay. It'd be
if
a
I
lot.
go back and watch the 2006 season, like it's that honestly, that was one of my favorite defenses was the 2006-2007 Bears when we went to the Super Bowl. That was like my favorite season of all because my two favorite teams played each other in the Super Bowl. Like how it doesn't get better than that.
Peanut Tillman.
Yeah, Peanut. Oh, him, Urlacher. You know, you had Mike
I feel like
Brown.
players then were so
Lance
loyal
Briggs.
to their group.
Yeah, it just
they loved being a part of that defense.
Yeah, that was.
I guess the Legion of Boom was
beautiful.
like that, but like, is there a group? There's not a group in the NFL that I'm like, this unit on defense loves each other and they jack people up.
I mean, you get like the 49ers are kind of like that.
They're all great, but I don't watch them and I'm like Navarro Bowman and Patrick Willis, like they loved each other.
When they had Aldon Smith that year too.
Like the feeling is different.
Yes. Man, yeah, you don't get that feeling with any of these teams because guys move around so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hear what you're saying. Like you get guys like that. I mean, heck, I wasn't, obviously watching football during like the '85 Bears and the Cowboys during the '90s, but you don't have those teams where it's like, like we're past the age of the Brady Patriots, so we don't really have any of these big time dynasties. You have everything's high flying one guy, Patrick Mahomes on offense. Now it's kind of fun watching the Bills do it. They've done it for the last few years, get deep in the playoffs and just fall short. But
we need a group of guys to stick around together long enough.
I think we're going to see that. I think we're going to see that with the Eagles. I think we're going to see that with the Bills. You get these guys. I think Joe Burrow and the Bengals have a chance to be that.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good call.
But it's tough to see because the rookie contract. You have to have a quarterback on the rookie contract. You have some guy like you were never going to get that. I think we all kind of felt that way last year with the Rams, where it's like you want to root for them because after this year, there's a good chance they're not going to replenish much.
Right.
Like they don't have much coming in. But
yeah, I feel like Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, Randall Cobb, Aaron Jones, like a little bit of that. As far as like these guys, this is their group. They're coming back. Even if they lose, they're coming back as a group next year, and they'll be right back. Like, I want more of that, is what I'm saying.
For sure. I think the Vikings have that feel too.
Yeah, I think they're going to get there. I Thielen, if Diggs was still there, it would be that feel. But Jefferson is more than a great replacement.
So good.
And Hawkinson adds to that group.
He does. He's got that guy is so much fun. He fits what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Change the attitude. Honestly, same thing with the freaking Lions, man.
That was a shocking trade.
It was.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. I don't think they were going to sign Hawk. I don't think they were going to sign him to the extension that he was going to ask for. So
he was crucial for them, though. It wasn't like
they spent a top 10
pick. We're okay without him.
On him.
You're not okay without him.
He was the 8th overall pick in the draft, and
wow.
And they traded him.
That's not talked about enough.
It's really not. Hawkinson is. Granted, he's not like a lot of these other guys where he's not like a Kelsey. He's not like a Gronk where he's just gonna light the world on fire. But damn, he's a good blocker. He's a great route runner.
Yeah.
He can be a solid number 2 option on a team. And yeah, I don't understand it for the Lions. But. I think
we need to dissect that again. We need to see what really went into that. Like, there's got to be reasons why the Lions did that.
I mean, I don't think that they got like nothing for him.
It was not significant though.
I don't know what it was. I think it was a 2nd round pick next year. So
I mean, yeah, I guess
that's
that's
not nothing.
significant.
It's not nothing.
But in terms of what we do when we talk dynasty,
yeah,
you hope that second round pick turns
Yeah.
into somebody as good as T.J. Hawkinson, whereas you already have that. But yeah, if you think he was gonna walk, I don't know. He didn't seem like the kind of guy that was like, "Get me out of here."
No,
We don't know what happens behind closed doors.
We don't.
A non-football question.
Sure.
At what point, Dustin, do you put gas in your car?
Oh,
At what level of empty do you say, okay, I'm going to get gas now?
I was just having this conversation with myself this morning. I'm a procrastinator, so I wait until the E is like an uppercase E. Like
you don't want to know for sure that you're making it to the gas station.
My wife hates it, but there's only been one time when she's like, "You need to get gas." I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna get gas." And I go to leave for work in the morning, and I'm like, "I need you to go to the garage and grab me a gas can because my car won't go anymore."
It won't even start. Oh wow!
So
I used to be that way. I ran out of gas a few times.
Yeah.
Now I'm not so bad to where like when it gets to a quarter of a tank, I'll go fill up. But
smart idea.
As soon as it beeps at me and says fuel level low, which means 40 miles,
right.
The second that happens, I'm trying to go get gas.
It's probably the good thing to do.
My wife will be like, "Oh, 40 miles. Okay, so
Yeah.
to work and back is 12 miles. So next Tuesday I'll have to get gas." I'm like, "What are we doing?"
Yeah,
I'll go get it for you.
You know, it's funny because like here in Texas, like unless you're in the summer, you don't really have to worry about it. You know, like the weather plays the point I make is the weather doesn't play any factor. When I lived in Indiana, it would get so cold sometimes where it's like if you don't have at least a quarter of a tank of gas in your car's not starting.
Yeah.
And so it's like you got to be a little bit more diligent.
It's a little harder to go get it too.
For sure.
All right, second non-football question.
Do it.
How many beers or sodas or whatever drinks that you commonly drink do you think you could drink in one sitting without getting up to go pee?
Ooh.
Like how many cans could you take?
All right.
Before you absolutely have to go.
It would have to be something that like isn't super heavily carbonated. When I was younger.
No, it has to be carbonated. This is a beer or a soda or like sparkling water
like,
type deal.
The sparkling water, like if it's room temp, I can drink a ton.
What is a ton? That's the question, Dustin.
All right, so I like room temperature soda. I like room temperature anything.
Okay.
The last time I did this has probably been 6 months at least. I downed almost 8 or 9. Just like
0 calorie waters.
0 calorie waters.
Right.
But when I was younger, what I would do when I was playing video games all the time, I would down like an entire 12 pack of Mountain Dew, like
without peeing.
Without peeing. Just
unbelievable.
Down.
That's a huge number.
It is a huge number. It's a problem. I stopped when I got a kidney stone. I got a kidney stone.
Your body's like, yeah, we're done with this.
Yeah, it was a religious experience. I don't drink it anymore, but
oh my God. I would say 6. At 5 or 6, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble.
Like beer? Is that beer for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
really. I mean, and I've got to drink them pretty quick to get to that point. If I'm just sipping on 3 or 4 beers,
it catches up with you. Your bladder's like, yo, we gotta go.
Okay, back to a football question.
Okay.
We have actually 2 questions remaining before we get into the meat of the show.
Okay.
Question number 6, I believe. Do you think fewer people would watch the NFL if they played in baggy t-shirts and workout shorts instead of a football uniform? If yes, is it drastic, the fall off of viewers? Meaning they put on their shoulder pads and a huge t-shirt, just like a plain color t-shirt, that's their team.
There's a great joke I implore people to go find by Jerry Seinfeld that talks about how we just root for people who wear the kind of clothes we like. That's what teams are. They have shown us clothes we like, and we root for people who wear those clothes. So to answer your question, I think that people would watch less if the uniforms weren't cool.
Like if they started this Sunday, they're all the players that you know, the teams you love.
Just wearing baggy shirts.
But they had to wear baggy, like full-on cotton T-shirts over their pads and gym shorts. How long would it take for the viewership to be drastically affected?
I think it would be like you wouldn't have. You would lose a bunch of the excitement. I think it'd probably take a few years if that was what.
Really,
it was.
I think it would be a lot faster than that.
Because it's still football. People would still watch football, but you wouldn't have as much excitement. Like, all right, and here we are at the YMCA, and guys are
like the longest yard movie.
Yeah, well, because we associate are they matching T-shirts or are these just guys hey?
No, they're team T-shirts. But they're not
T-shirt.
They're just the team color solid cotton shirt.
There's psychology to that. There's psychology to that.
They're gonna be like, this sucks.
It's crazy because this is stuff I used to study in college. Is why people watch the things they do.
Yeah.
We have a fun question in the comments that I'm excited to get to. But yeah, to answer the question about the uniforms, yes. If we just wore gym clothes over the pads, I think people would stop watching pretty quickly. I think it'd be within a year or two.
Yeah. All right, you can answer this question.
Okay, my answer is probably going to be a little bit different. So the question is Debo or Watson, half point PPR. I'm going Watson.
I am too.
Debo has lost a lot of his opportunity to Christian McCaffrey, or since Christian McCaffrey. I'm not going to just say to him, but
they're just not forcing him the ball anymore.
They're not forcing the ball because they don't have to. They're able to run the ball when they want, and not to say Debo can't score, but he's not been the Debo we had last year. And Watson is coming on. He's facing a very, very beat up and vulnerable Chicago team. So
he's as hot as you can be.
Right place, right time for Watson over Debo.
All right, final question. You have to pick one of these guys to start for your Chicago Bears.
Okay.
Next year, the entire season, they don't get hurt. This is your quarterback.
Oh, Jesus.
Russell Wilson, Andy Dalton, Baker Mayfield.
Okay, so Russell Wilson never in a million years.
Yes, he's the first one out.
Baker Mayfield, I would rather watch him.
Andy Dalton has started for your Bears.
Yeah, I'd rather have Andy Dalton back.
Okay, all right, I agree. Andy Dalton of those three is who I would pick.
Yeah, I mean he's not been the worst. The other two guys have literally been the worst. So I'm okay picking someone over them.
If Andy Dalton struggles, it's like, oh well, it's okay. It's Andy Dalton. You still want to root for him. When Russell Wilson struggles, it's like you suck.
I just imagine being a fan of a team that has hope because your team signed Baker Mayfield. I don't know.
Yes, remember him at OU?
Oh man, he won the Heisman, man.
He did this arm thing when he scored it. It was electric.
And then you have Russell Wilson. I just sent you guys that TikTok about the Russell Wilson. Just how I wake up every day, even on bad days, I realize, hey, at least I'm not a Broncos fan. You know, this makes things a lot better.
It could not be much worse.
No.
Okay, that leaves us, Dustin, with big picks of the week.
What?
We're bringing some big pick energy.
Let's drop the drop then. Let's drop the drop.
I like drops.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
All right, we're 24 minutes into the show, and we're finally into some fantasy football content. I'm excited about it.
A little change of pace on this week.
I like this. You know what? We covered a lot on last week's show. If you really
we talked about every player in the NFL.
Pretty much every player last week that is heading into this week. If you want to hear our breakdown of everyone essentially that's playing and isn't just a no-brainer starter sit, go check out last episode 92 from Tuesday. It's a lot of fun. But let's get into big peaks. Big
peaks. I see
big peaks.
I see.
Let's get into the big picks of the week, Travis. Let's start it off with your quarterback big pick of the week. Who you got?
I'm throwing this one back. Derek Carr, my preseason favorite quarterback to have a huge year, who has not had a huge year.
He's not throwing for 5,000 yards.
He's not, but he is on a little bit of a heater right now. He's been a top 10 quarterback in 3 of the last 4. Las Vegas has the 7th most pass attempts over the last 3 weeks.
Beautiful.
I think a shootout is coming with the Chargers. And the final reason, Dustin, and the most important, is because he is starting for me in our home league, our most important league. And I need Derek Carr to give me a 20-piece. I think he finds a way to do it. 295 and 3 for Derek Carr this weekend.
That's pretty nice. That's actually pretty nice, Travis. I'll be honest with you.
Mac Hollins gets one. Don't sleep on Mac Hollins. If you need a plug-and-play receiver with how thin it is, let's say you lose Mike Williams late because you thought he was going to play, you don't have Palmer, pick up Mac Hollins in that game and throw him in.
Wow. That's okay, you heard it here first. Mac Hollins.
Starting to myself.
Okay. I support you, man. I support you. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I'm going to go with my quarterback big pick of the week. He's appeared
your husband.
I'm married to this man. Trevor Lawrence again. I know. He's brought up a lot on this show, and at this point, I am essentially a Jaguars fan. But he's facing the Lions. Give me a break. The Lions seed points. And Trevor Lawrence, granted, we talked about it last episode. He is the quarterback 11 on the year, but he's not necessarily always an auto start. I want to emphasize this week, you need to start him in your lineups. The Lions have given up so many passing yards.
Are you starting him?
I am starting him.
Over Justin Fields?
Oh, I don't have him in that league. league.
Okay.
But yeah, in leagues where I have him with him and Justin Fields, I'm starting him over Justin Fields.
Wow.
Yeah. For sure.
That's big pick energy. That's
that
what
is
it
big
is.
Pick energy. Look, I do what I say I'm gonna do on this show. Okay.
I like that.
So
on Tuesday when we get back on here and you're like, yeah, I'm the guy who started Trevor Lawrence over Justin Fields, who had the most points in a 4-game stretch of all time.
That's right. Allegedly.
So you think that you think he runs less because he protects his shoulder a little bit?
I do. And plus, I mean, he doesn't have Mooney. I think I do. I think Lawrence in this game is going to be.
I love me some T-Law this weekend. I agree with you.
Let's talk running backs.
David Montgomery, same game.
What?
Given that we both think Justin Fields runs a little bit less, I think David Montgomery runs a little bit more.
Okay.
Green Bay Packers giving up 154 yards per game on the ground in 2022, second only to the Houston Texans. Yes, I know. People will say Philadelphia blew this average up last week with going over 300 yards on the ground. Yes, they did. But before that, it was still 135 yards per game, which was a top 10 easiest run defense in the league. David Montgomery should approach that 100 to 120 total yard day, whether that's 80 on the ground and 40 through the air or 70, 50. He's that type of guy. Khalil Herbert is nowhere to be found right now, and I think they protect Fields. So with Green Bay giving up 23.5 fantasy points a game to running backs, it is going to be the Monty show. The numbers back it up.
I like it.
This is a trend for David Montgomery.
He turns into a league winner.
It's like, it's week 14. Here I come.
Okay.
I'm here to get you a ring.
It's my big break.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it in the same game with my running back big pick of the week. It's Aaron Jones of the Green Bay Packers. Look, say what you want about Aaron Jones. Say that, whatever it is. He's not a top 5 back. He's running back 7, by the way. He's not he's not producing like he has been the last few years. Maybe true, but Aaron Jones, the last 6 weeks, okay? And he was running back 4 in PPR, running back 12, running back 29 when he played less than 50% of the snaps, and then he was running back 2, running back 15, running back 11. Like, he's still producing, and now he gets a Bears team that absolutely has no interest in stopping the running back. In fact, Travis, for teams against the running back, Chicago is number 2 in the league as the most desirable matchup. They've given up the second most rushing touchdowns to the running back position.
How many points?
How many points?
I've got a number. Let's see how close you are to my number.
How many points I think
for Aaron Jones and a half PPR?
And a half PPR, I think he's getting 20.
I'm at 27.
Holy cow.
I think he goes off.
But I love that.
He has an Aaron Jones day.
Okay, I like that, though. I like that.
So, yeah, we both think he's over 20. That's... If both of us agree, because we don't agree all the time.
No, we don't.
If Aaron Jones is both of us agreeing,
yeah,
that's a weird way to say it.
Yeah,
if he you went around both of us agreeing,
you took the scenic route to saying that.
Good things are on the horizon. Joshua Palmer, I talked about a minute ago. Mike Williams still not practicing. It is Thursday night, meaning he has not practiced all the way until Friday. If he practices tomorrow, I don't think he plays. Josh Palmer over the last 4 weeks, shocking stat here, Dustin. Number 6 in the NFL in targets over the last month.
Number 6?
Las Vegas giving up 27 points per game to opposing wide receiver groups this season. I have Palmer going for 7 catches, 85 to 90 yards, and a touchdown. Really nice top 24 day maybe for Joshua Palmer.
That, it's hard to argue with him, man. He seems to be a trusted guy, and not that Mike Williams isn't talented, but like you said, he's not practicing. If he plays, there's no guarantee he sticks in the entire game. Probably more of a game plan running through Josh Palmer at this point. I like that. That is a great call.
Question time.
Part. Oh, all right, yeah.
Crank them out.
Let's answer some questions in the comments. Let's see. Jay, you said your running back 1 is Derrick Henry. Nice. Running back 2 is Jamal Williams. Touchdown. Nice. Flex, your options are Jeff Wilson, Michael Pittman, or Palmer.
Jeff Wilson Jr.
Jeff Wilson Jr. against San Fran. Pittman,
Revenge
absolutely
game.
not. Or Jordan Palmer. Oh man, that's actually tough.
I'm going Wilson.
Wow. Okay. I'm actually probably going Palmer there.
Okay.
Tight end Njoku or Everett.
Yeah. I think I'm probably Palmer. Mike Williams is
Palmer
out, I'll
versus
go
the
Palmer.
Raiders.
I love Jeff Wilson, but the 49ers D is
special
incredibly
right now.
stout.
Jay, hold on through big picks while I give you your answer to your question to Njoku over Everett. Njoku or Everett, I should say.
Oh, because you're going to come back to that.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm coming back to it.
I see.
All right. So, Elias, you said you're trading Fields for Marquise Brown. You guys think that's enough value? I have Josh Allen plus deadline this soon.
Not enough.
No, yeah, I don't think that's enough. Fields is still a guy that you can get a premium on, and a wide receiver that may or may not be the number 1 on the team. Depends on how your team looks, but I would still hold out for more. Maybe package him with a middle tier, wide receiver or something like that, and get an actual upgrade. Don't just give him away for.
I mean, I don't know who that owner has, but guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, Amari Cooper, Chris Godwin, those are the names you should be getting for Justin Fields.
For sure.
And just to finish that, if you don't get one of those better receivers, don't give him away for Marquise Brown. I don't want my opponent having Justin Fields against me in the playoffs just because I didn't think I would need him.
Right.
Something happens to Josh Allen or Josh Allen's elbow, you're going to need Justin Fields. Things happen really quick. One play can change everything. It's okay to have a second really good guy at this point in the year, and you definitely don't want to just give him away to a competitor.
Right. He said his wide receivers are Garrett Wilson, Burks, and Kirk. He lost Kupp. So I understand
You're okay there. Those guys are better than Hollywood right now.
Dem 7, 2 flex, PPR. He's starting Diggs, Waddle, Amari Cooper. Geez, that is a nice team. And Chubb. Who should my other running back and flex be? Pick 2, Kamara, Swift, A.J. Dillon. Is this a 4-man league, Dems?
It's a good manager. That's what it is.
Yeah, your team is off the charts. Nice job, buddy. Flex, pick 2, Kamara, Swift, A.J. Dillon, Jalen Warren, pending Najee Harris. Out of those 2 right now, man, I'm probably going Kamara and Swift.
I am too.
A.J. Dillon.
I think DeAndre Swift has a I'm back game.
I think there's actually some credit to the Jags giving up a good amount of receptions to the running back. So this could be the game where he comes back. So stay in for that one. Jay, you asked Palmer or Zay Jones. I think we're both we're going to go Palmer on that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Dems, did you say it's a 14-man league?
Well done.
Holy cow, you win.
Well done.
Congratulations, sir. Yasir, let's see. Let's see what you said. How should I feel about my squad heading into the playoffs? 12-man, full-point PPR. He's got Patrick Mahomes, Dalvin Cook, CMC, Keenan Allen, Amon-Ra, Hollywood, Njoku, Traylon Burks, Pacheco, and Alexander Madison. That's a solid. You got some depth there. You've got some depth. I love the Pacheco to kind of back up your Dalvin and CMC there. A lot of high volume running wide receivers with some upside at Hollywood there. Traylon Burks is a boom play guy. You're not bad. You're not bad.
With Keenan Allen healthy, this team can win the ring. It's well done.
I think that's good. That's pretty good. Let's continue on with our big picks of the week. You just said Josh Palmer. My wide receiver big pick of the week is none other than Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson is on the Jets, obviously, and the Jets are playing a team. Travis, do you know who they're playing this week?
Oh, my goodness. On the spot.
Come on.
Let's see. Jets, week 13. Minnesota Vikings, of course.
Hey, I was just saying we
talked about it earlier.
We were just talking about this. The Minnesota Vikings are not someone I'm scared of in terms of defenses against the wide receiver position. They are the 5th worst for fantasy football. What I mean by that is Garrett Wilson has the 5th best matchup in the NFL, and the last few weeks, get this, Travis, the last 4 weeks, he had 1 week outside of the top 15 wide receivers in PPR. And let's see. Let's go over his targets. He's at 7, 9, 3, and then 8. But he did all of that. 3 of those games, he did not have a touchdown. He had 2 touchdowns last week. I expect him against the Vikings. I expect him to score. He's probably going to have 8 to 10 targets. And Mike White is going to Mike White it up and be a beautiful, beautiful man for this Jets team because he's not Zach Wilson, who is a terrible, terrible quarterback.
I like the pick. I'm actually starting Mike White in a must-win game, 14-team league. Single quarterback over Jared Goff.
Really?
Yep. Tight end big pick of the week for me is none other than the TJ Hawkinson that we had just mentioned earlier. I have a new love affair for this man. It's something about the color purple with the dreadlocks. I mean, with the locks, it makes me feel like he is an actual Viking. And I just love to see it. If I could pick him every week in this segment, I might do that. Sauce and Jefferson will be having a fun battle on the outside. TJ Hawkinson will be shown a lot of love by Kirk Cousins. Over the middle, I feel like Kirk is just going to say, I'm not going to deal. Obviously, Jefferson is going to get his, but if you're going to give me TJ Hawkinson and focus on Jefferson, I'll take TJ.
I like that.
Dustin, finally, 2 tight ends with 25 targets over the last 3 weeks. Travis Kelce and TJ Hawkinson.
That's beautiful. That's what you want. That's what you want in tight end. You want targets?
If you're matching Travis Kelce's volume, you're doing something right.
Yeah, it's hard to say no to that, buddy. It is hard to say no to that. Now, my tight end big pick of the week is someone who is getting an upgrade this week, and I'm very excited for the prospects of him. He is facing a team that isn't exactly someone you should fear against a tight end. They're kind of middle of the pack, but like I said, quarterback upgrade is huge. David Njoku is my big pick of the week. He has Deshaun Watson coming back. Yes. Yes.
This is for Chief David Njoku.
Oh my God, David Njoku, Prince Njoku. He is. Look, you ever seen this dude with the shirt off? The dude is an Adonis, but the man is.
Just walk away.
he's really
You're
good.
not that guy.
Look, man, he's had finishes this year. He's been the tight end 2, 6, 5, 8. I think he's going to be a top 5 option this week, especially in a matchup where the wide receivers haven't been successful against the Texans, and Deshaun Watson probably going to be a little bit extra motivated in this matchup. So I expect some fireworks.
I'm scared of this passing attack. First
scared
game back
of the
for
Browns?
Watson. I'm
No, I
scared
agree.
for their weapons. First
Yeah.
game back in over 700 days.
Right.
It's going to be sloppy.
It's going to be a lot of running the ball. I will
It's
say
just
that.
going to be Chubb and Hunt, and it's going to be like Deshaun
of
Watson
play
finishes the
action,
day with 125 yards.
Yeah, make it easy for him. You
I'm
know,
nervous.
some dump offs. I hear you, but I think that the Houston Texans don't stop anyone who runs the ball, which means a lot of red zone, which means good opportunities for your tight end. So that's where I'm riding it for David Njoku, man. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
42 minutes of football and shenanigans is what we had tonight.
It's beautiful.
We had a lot of good questions tonight, maybe more than ever.
I loved I love talking to our listeners. I love talking to people in the comments. It makes my night. It really does. It's a lot of fun to get to interact like that. Also, Travis, maybe we should drop a little teaser for what we've got for the people next week.
Maybe we should, Dustin.
I think so. If you made it this far, thank you. And as your reward, we want to let you know next week, Travis and I are going to be hosting a fantasy football trivia night where you are welcome to take part. If you want to put your beautiful face on this show, we would be happy to have you on as a quick guest to ask you a question. Who knows? Who knows, Travis? Maybe there will be a prize. Who knows?
We have 87 questions, so whoever gets the most right out of 87 questions,
done.
We'll get the prize. No pressure, Dustin, to make 87 questions.
All right. Before we go, Adam Weber asks if he should start Kareem Hunt or Rachaad White. Travis, Rachaad White has the Saints, and Kareem Hunt, of course, has the Texans.
Go.
I'm going Rachaad White.
Leonard Fournette is back.
He is, but I still think Rachaad White gets enough. I don't know how I feel about Rachaad White or about Kareem Hunt.
He has been so bad for fantasy, but it's Houston, and it just feels like he could go off. But let's go White because I'm tired of being burned by Kareem Hunt right now.
Of course, so this means it'll be the week that Kareem Hunt goes nuclear.
On everybody's bench, including myself.
Yep, absolutely. Keep him there. Keep him there. Make him prove himself. Show them who you are. Anyway, while we wrap it up, man, let's go ahead and tell the fans. Like I said, we've got trivia night. Catch us on Thursday night. Next week, we'll be breaking it down, having fun with y'all. We'll put out some info in the coming days. In the meantime, I'm Dustin. That's Travis. We are Losing Sucks. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Losing Sucks and check out losingsucksfantasy.com. Until next time, until Tuesday, win those matchups, get into the playoffs, folks. Bring in some rings. And as always, losing sucks. Don't do it.